Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is... The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career, but that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now, saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On play action, it's Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Gurley. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. From the gun on third down, Brady. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14. From the gun, it's Brady. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns offense taking over with Baker Mayfield at the helm. So much pressure on Mayfield to be the savior of the Browns franchise. The #1 overall pick a season ago, and folks thought, hey, maybe a 500 season or a playoff berth would be great, but instead they got more than that. Here they are in the first Super Bowl ever for the Browns franchise in Mayfield's second NFL season. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Desmond Trufant has made a great reputation in a short amount of time in the NFL. A lockdown corner that most teams don't attempt to try.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. taken in at the 22. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. On 2nd and 7, Brady. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Brady already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Mike, 58, right there. Hey, watch the slant. Come on, fellas.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Number 53, Mike, 53. Double dog, that's the way.
On 1st and goal, Gurley hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he cuts it right into space. He's at the 50. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean that.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players too who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
33 yards that time.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Now it's Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Mike, wait, 20. Mike, it's our time. It's our time.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
4th down, and the Falcons will bring on Giorgio Tavecchio to try the field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, and that's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield, finding Harris over the middle. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw, and that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown, and the Browns are back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Parkey adds the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game. Probably something they need to do more of here losing in the 2nd quarter.
When you're riding your best horse, you've got to lather him up. The best running backs I've ever talked to, they've all said the exact same thing to me. I'll even break a good sweat until I get to 20 carries. You're
full of good wisdom. Let's see if they can get him into the game more now. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, he's going to dump it off to Gurley. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the 1st half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Mayfield on first down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw, Mayfield. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. On second down, Mayfield again. Incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. They're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. Now Parkey for the extra point. And he's got it up and through. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Ready to get
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end, and now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker Mayfield. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that you love? What's that? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start. Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Brady's throw there complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throw left side complete. It's Wood. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brady to throw again. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Wait, 20!
57. Oh, dead punt.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And now the Falcons are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Hey, 166!
Here's Brady. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarter? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield. That is incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time. That'll bring up second down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, maybe it's like my wedge. When you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that will shorten your distance as well.
Here's Brady to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike, 53!
Mike, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
When he hit!
On the counter, Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Wait, 20!
Check 53. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
72.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Hey, 66.
Throwing now is Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady.
And the big guy.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have broken our tie.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, Mayfield. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield on play action. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On 1st down, Brady. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he fires one incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Brady. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Let's go, Sonny.
Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. 2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan, they know that one guy might be featured more than the other. But all in all, these guys are looking for 100 or more yards in receiving. But the biggest thing, getting into the end zone. And how about him? He's gotten there twice in this game.
He has indeed. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Let's get it.
A first down throw from Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's second down. Now Mayfield. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he loses the football a second time. And the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
Attention shifts to Todd Gurley. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuck big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Brady going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Stop your running.
Sugar!
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Tavecchio puts this one through. Less than 2 minutes remain here in Super Bowl 54. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down by 10, a minute 55 remaining. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mayfield to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make this a second down. Throwing. Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The kick by Parkey is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Gurley. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Gurley. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. Just keeping the play alive. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.